So I'm Jason. I'm a 56-year-old
Imagine that.
company director. Lived in Maidstone all my life. Passionate about cars, passionate about bikes. I'm a Kentish man. I was born in
It's up for
Pembury.
debate.
I was born in Pembury, so it's which side of the Medway, isn't it? Whether
Yeah.
you're a man of Kent or a Kentish man.
I'm Chris Barker. I work for OpenReach. I'm a learning and development trainer. I also like cars and bikes. Moved to Maidstone in 1990, maybe 91. Long time ago. Moved to Toville. Then I moved to Lewes, where I currently live.
So we first met then, I suppose, when you moved to Lewes, which was when, did you say, 2000 and...
I think it was 2013.
Yeah, so getting on for 10 years.
Yeah, I remember driving down the road and you were in the front garden at Rob's, and I cruised down the street in my Fiat Multipla.
Oh, yes.
And everyone went, wow, what an amazing car.
Who the hell is that? So I suppose the madness didn't really, we were good mates, weren't we, for the time I was in Stafford Road, but I suppose the madness of some of the stuff we've done didn't really start until I sort of moved out, did it? And I suppose it was the rowing and the cycling and that sort of prompted us to go out and do it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get the impression that we kind of got to about 40 and the kids had sort of reached an age where we weren't changing nappies or whatever, and it was that we had a little bit more time to go and do not necessarily 100% child involved stuff, and that's kind of where it began, putting on a bit of weight, going out on the mountain bikes, you with your rowing, international under 40s indoor rowing champion.
Well, I participated. But I think that was one of the first things was that one of the first things we did?
Yeah,
it was a mountain biking, wasn't it?
No.
So it was that 100 miles.
Yeah, no, we did the you were at the gym, and we did 26 miles row, and I think 26 miles on the bike. I think
marathons, wasn't that's right?
Yeah,
marathons. So we rode. On the indoor rowers, we did 20. Then we went out in the afternoon and did the bikes, didn't we?
Yeah.
So then, what was next? Was it the London to Brighton?
I think it was. What, the off-road?
Yeah, the off-road.
The off-road London to Brighton, I think, was next. Yes.
Because because that would have been very early on, because Dad had just been diagnosed, and that bloody hill we went up as we Brighton.
Certain death incline.
Yes, there was and then so it was that really steep hill, and then there was that climb up to the top of the downs or whatever it was, and you look down over Brighton. And I remember having a moment coming up over that hill. Yeah. I don't know whether it was
a moment of absolute
pain,
absolute pleasure. That was.
So then we did. So there was that. Then it was
Insomnia.
Oh yes, yeah. So that was the 24-hour race. That was around. That was all.
But what order it came in, I must admit, I'm a little bit sketchy with. I've got a feeling that we did Insomnia before the Thames. Yeah.
What was because we did, so the canoeing was 80 miles, wasn't it? 80 miles from Abingdon to
Marina
to the locks, Teddington Lock.
Teddington Lock.
Teddington Lock. So that was about 80 miles over 3 days. Was that the one for the stillbirth room at the hospital where Wendy was working?
Yeah, the cold cot,
Yeah.
which still.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
So that was for a room for where they could, the parents could grieve and.
Yes, I mean when Wendy told me, that people have to sit in the room with, their recently born child crying and everyone cooing over it, and you're sitting in the bed with, a dead baby. Fundamentally, it's
awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Mm. So yeah, I think off of the back of that, we secured the cot and a lot of equipment and helped towards the preparation of a room where they can go and kind of be quiet and
deal with their grief.
So yeah, I was genuinely really happy about that one. I think we really absolutely made a difference. It didn't necessarily go to a charity, it just went direct to the midwife. Yeah. So that was good. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. And then dressing up as women on Boris bikes. That was that was but that concept of people allocating places in London to go was fine, other than whoever it was that said Wimbledon and Greenwich. So that was it, and then bless her, Wendy, I suppose, up at the pub raising money for Wendy. That was a hell of a night. What was it, about £3,000 we raised for that? Was it about £3,000?
I think it was three. Yeah, I think it was just over £3,000 at the death.
Yeah.
I think it was it was those pictures that done it, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, I know that we kind of had that was a little bit different, I suppose, in a way, and yet it's kind of, I suppose, that sort of change from doing it for a charity just because versus, I suppose, now we're at that age where we're starting to know people who are unfortunately suffering, in our direct family.
Because it wasn't, the sort of trip to France wasn't really born out of charity. The charity, I said, Lord, or a charity or a desire to raise money. It was entirely different, wasn't it? It was just something that you suggested we do, given that I got my bike license whenever it was, 18 months ago, yeah. And I'd been pestering you, knowing you had a bike license, to get a bike, Chris, and that was so the idea was what exactly?
Well, just to literally thunder down to I'd like to, whatever route, but I'd like to have gone through Pezinus and then out into the sea, and then literally jump in the sea and come back.
Dust yourself off and come home again.
Yeah. And I mean, the C90 part of it, I actually stumbled on by accident because I was just looking YouTube in like adventures or whatever. I just kind of felt like I wanted something like that, and that Ed March,
yeah,
that come up, and I kind of watched all of that, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
The buffoon, my buffoonery alarm went off. So it just seemed that, if you said, when you think about it, you say, oh, I'm going to the south of France. Oh, I'm going to the south of France on a Honda C90.
Scooter, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get like what? I mean, everyone that knows about it, like at work, for instance, like Double Take Brothers, you know, it's like, what?
Seriously.
Yeah.
And the charity, well, we both had sort of family events sort of latter part of last year, early this. Dad was Dad's had Alzheimer's for sort of 10 years and was in a local care home. And bless them, they'd kept COVID out since the first outbreak. And just after Christmas, Dad fell unwell, and it turned out that COVID had got in there, and every single person in there had got it. And at the time of Dad passed away from it, 6 other people had died in there. Yeah. So that was January the 11th. Dad passed away, so hence the Alzheimer's Society for me.
Yeah, nightmare. And almost like the polar opposite regarding the stroke with Karen's mum is it literally came out of the ether. So Karen had been with her mum that day, sitting in the sun like an early sunny day. Karen's mum had just come back from a holiday in the Isle of Wight, and literally because of the way Karen is, she rings her mum 4 or 5 times a day. So her mum had mentioned that that her finger was tingling, what they put down to like a nettle sting.
Okay, right.
And literally she was having dinner and had this massive stroke, and it was only because they were so ritualized that Karen's mum would have her dinner at a certain time and then ring. When it was like 5-10 minutes adrift, Karen knew that something was up, and that's how it unfolded. But obviously, with all of these stroke things, it's all about time. But in this instance, it was so, such a huge event that there actually was no coming back from it. And in a way, it's similar as well, because no one could go and see her because of COVID. So, stuck in the hospital and you're getting secondhand information about what's going on. It just absolutely, just blew everyone apart. So, eventually they said, there's no coming back from it, and she passed away. So hence, the Stroke Association.
Yeah. So that's why we're doing it. That's sort of why the charity bit has entered it, and then the Med2Med being midway to the Mediterranean, and that's why we're doing it. The buffoonery that accompanies it is indicative of our respective characters. I suppose that's why we did get on. I suppose we both got that irreverent side to us.
Yeah.
So that will continue. That's what we want to do. Sort of, there's heaps that we got to do before we go, which is we're going on the 21st of August, back on the 5th of September. So between now and then, we've got heaps to do. Do a whole bunch of things, didn't we? To try the bikes out, see how they'll perform, see what mileage we'll get, see what they're like loaded up. Do a touch barrel run up to your sisters in Nottingham.
Yeah. Gotham. Gotham City.
Gotham City.
Yeah.
Maybe try a wild camp somewhere and see how that goes. This is all going to be so out of my comfort zone. Oh God.
Yeah.
And try and raise some money. So I suppose, well, I don't know. We've only touched on this. I suppose I suppose the initial target is to raise about $2,500. I think both of us would like to think we're going to smash that. If we can achieve what we want to in terms of raising the profile, getting people to the Facebook site. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on I don't know what, most of which we don't understand.
We're on it, but
we're on it, but
what we're doing
we're
on
doing
it
our
is
best.
unknown.
So the idea, the general concept is to get as many people into the Facebook group, I suppose, and bring them along for the journey.
Yeah,
there will be a Just Giving page that's on its way. We've already got over £1,000 pledged from like local small businesses. So yeah, hopefully we'll smash it. But we just want to keep things interesting, keep the content coming, and do stupid things and do some serious things and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a lot of ideas for silly stuff and you know, some more serious, and hopefully between those two we can keep people mildly interested, and then a bit nearer the time, you know, look for people to assist us with our goals. I mean, that's how I see it, is that to some extent, you know, people may or may not like what we do, and that's fine. But you know, in these times with everyone holed up indoors, if we can entertain them a little bit by acting like a pair of giant children, then you know, that is my MO, unfortunately.
Yes. Well, yeah, 56 going on 12, I suppose. I should have said at the beginning. So
yeah.
I think that covers most things, doesn't it? Other than give us your money.
Yeah, you know, just give us your cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'd just be nice, you know, if we can get people along that are interested, take some footage along the way down through France, where it is absolutely stunningly beautiful. Hopefully we won't break down too much, and you know, we just have this massive trip that everyone can get behind and raise a bit of awareness and money. That's kind of how I see it.
Should be good, and we want to raise as much money as we can.
Yeah, 100%.